So I'm on my daily walk right now. And I'm walking in this beautiful path. As you can see, it's very blissful. It's beautiful. You can really feel the presence of God in the midst of these beautiful pastures, right? The Bible talks about in Psalms that He will guide me to still waters. He will lay me down in beautiful green pastures. And it's just kind of making me emotional in a way to see and to know just how good of a God our Lord really is. But as I was walking, I got reminded, well, to backtrack, usually these fields are completely brown, right? And about once or twice a year, these fields become green when it rains, usually during winter and spring. And for the rest of the year, they're completely brown. Very ugly, to say the least. And it's coming to that season where the life is coming back. You can see the beautiful flowers are starting to sprout again. There's butterflies. It is just absolutely amazing. Excuse me for my shortness of breath right now. I was going uphill. But I want to touch on the story of the woman at the well and what it meant to me right now as I was walking, looking at these fields. Maybe you guys can relate to this. So, long story short, Jesus and the woman are having a conversation, right? She's asking him questions, trying to figure out who he is with the claims that he's making. And he pretty much tells her that the water she's picking up right now will continue to make her thirst. But the water that he can give her will basically quench her thirst forever. And this is a spiritual metaphor that I want everyone to understand. It's how many times have we picked up water from diverse amounts of wells, right? It can be anything. For me, for example, it can be personal development. It can be nonfiction business books, mindset books. It can be working out. Everything that I feel will quench myself in a material manner, it can be that, right? How many times have I looked externally to be quenched? And as I was looking at these fields, now that they're full of life, I realized that because of the rain, these plants were able to get life again. And something so simple kind of reminded me of that story, which was like, we need to stop chasing so many things that we think are going to quench us, meaning that we think are going to fulfill us, and come back to the principles of Christ and accept that only He is the one that can really fulfill our needs and our wants and our cravings. See, when I tell you that these plants are completely brown, and I'm talking super ugly, I mean that. Sort of like those up there. But when the living water hits on them, it brings forth life. And that is the mindset that I want to have for this new year. Thankfully, it's still really early. It's like January 4th right now. not even a week into the new year, and we can have this fresh revelation. But don't get me wrong, by God's grace, we're blessed to be able to work on ourselves, start those businesses, build your dream body, whatever it is, your mindset, all these things, give back to your loved ones, community, make money, whatever it is, right? Like, I don't think those things are necessarily bad if they're done to honor and glorify God first, right? So I'll still be working on that, if that's the plan that God has for my life. But another thing that I was kind of wrestling with, and maybe you can relate to this as well, is the verse in Matthew 6, I believe, that talks about not being able to serve two masters. And I believe it talks about like serving mammon or God, right? It's like, are you going to choose to serve money, or are you going to choose to serve God? Because a person's loyalty cannot be undivided. No, a person's loyalty needs to be undivided. Meaning, God doesn't want your 60, 50, 70%. He wants 100% or nothing, right? He wants full commitment or no commitment at all. And that's sort of what I'm wrestling with right now. It's like a lot of prayer to understand, God, do you want me to start these businesses? God, do you want me to continue on the path I'm going on? And if I get that green light, that's all I'm going to be focusing on. But maybe you guys can relate to that too, right? I know many people have a lot of dreams, aspirations, things they want to accomplish. But as I touched earlier, I believe in one of my old videos, that when you die, nothing really matters. It's just, where's your soul going to go? So as long as we have Christ in the center of our lives, and we're walking according to the will that He has for us, whether we live, whether we die, whether you build a really successful business, whether you don't, you're going to be fine. Because to live is for Christ and to die is to gain, because you go to heaven. Damn, my allergies are crazy. But yeah, that's just a little word I had. I hope they can help you in any way. Don't forget to be great. Don't forget to put God first. And don't forget to build a kingdom with the talents God has given you on this earth. Peace.